Hey everyone, welcome back. Hope you had a nice holiday break. Um, Fully rested and ready for your next year at school and art and design in my class. Welcome new students. I like to start off the term with uh, an introduction to myself and see how you guys have spent your time the last couple months. So here we go. Who is Mr. Robert? I teach visual arts and design for M1, 2, and 3. I'm a boarding parent for Acacia, and I've taught in Ohio, Thailand, and Vietnam. I also enjoy drawing, painting, sculpture, and photography. I am from the great state of Ohio. That's this red one here. This is in the Midwest. Um, let's get a close up of Ohio. The capital city is Columbus. That's where I was born and raised. My mom is from Cleveland up here. This is about a 2 hour drive north. Also, pay attention to this little peninsula here and the city of Dayton over here. I'll talk about that in a second. Ohio is known for a few things. We have great, big, huge portions of food, like this giant monster burger here. Um, this is called the Therminator because a long time ago, Arnold Schwarzenegger, the Mr. Universe bodybuilder, um, and started a festival, fitness festival in Columbus. So every year, a lot of bodybuilders will come to Columbus for the Arnold Fitness Classic, and they like to eat a lot of protein. So this restaurant made a giant burger that's like I think it's 700 grams of beef. They call it the Therminator because they like to eat a lot of protein. Anyway, we have this amusement park right here. This is called Cedar Point. It's right up here on this peninsula. They call it Cedar Point because all the roller coasters used to be made out of cedar wood, and it's on this point right here on Lake Erie. Used to go up there every summer when we'd go camping as kids. Uh, the Wright brothers were from Ohio. They're from Dayton. That's about an hour west of Columbus, right here. They built the first airplane in Dayton. They took it down to North Carolina to fly it because it's really flat and windy there. But we like to claim that aviation was born in Ohio with the Wright brothers. We have a university there called Wright State University, and the University of Dayton is called the Dayton Flyers. So they're very proud of the fact that the Wright brothers are from Dayton. We also have a lot of astronauts from Ohio. Neil Armstrong and John Glenn are from Ohio. You can see on the back of our Ohio quarter, uh, they talk about the birthplace of aviation and pioneers being from Ohio there with the astronaut and the Wright brothers biplane. So anyway, that's a little bit about what Ohio is famous for. My university is the Ohio State University. You can see our main walkway here. All the original buildings are around this. We call this the Oval. We have the library up here, and you can see the big stadium back here in the distance. This is the art building right here, Hayes Hall. I spent a lot of time there. You can see the inside of our football stadium. It holds about 100,000 people. It's pretty big. I think it's the third biggest in the world, something like that. Um, we have a famous artist from Ohio State. His name is Roy Lichtenstein. He did a lot of pop art in the 70s. And we have a famous business school there called the Fisher College of Business, and a famous cancer research institute called the James. And we like to do this silly cheer where we spell out OHIO with our arms. So that's a little bit about my university. Unfortunately, it's not a Davis Partner School, so um, maybe that'll change. Anyway, moving on, some of my artwork. I like to do stencil painting. This is a stencil of one of my friends I did a long time ago. Back in the day when I was backpacking, I did some sketches. This is one of the Thinker by Rodin that I did. And I made this ceramic sculpture of a football player slash Rodin style. Rooftops in Saigon. I did a couple series of artworks inspired by the rusty corrugated rooftops you see when you fly over Saigon. This is a photo I took, and this is a screenshot from Google Maps. You can see they're all different shades of brown and green, tan colors. So this inspired me to make this acrylic painting. This is kind of like a collage of different color swatches I painted and cut out and then glued on to create this kind of like overhead city view. And then I also made this corrugated tin rooftop montage collage of different colored rooftops in Saigon as well. This is just I made like a corrugating mechanism that I put in a vise to crimp the sheets of tin, and then I just painted it with different shades of acrylic that I found in the rooftop photos I took. I also like to do printmaking. This is a series of zebra that I did a couple years ago. Different colors, kind of like pop art style, unnatural colors. So yeah, we'll do a printmaking unit in M3. Something to look forward to. I also like beadworking. I teach a beadworking unit in my design class for M2s. These are some of the things I've made. Kind of decorated the rim of this grass fruit basket down here. I made this bowl with wire and beads for our keys, and I made these coasters here. This is just some of the artwork that I've made with beads, and we'll hopefully have a Maasai beading lady come in and demonstrate for us in M2. When I was student teaching, I had just gotten back from traveling, and I had backpacked through Tanzania, and it inspired me to make this unit involving oil pastel landscapes and ceramics. So I have this pastel landscape of Kilimanjaro, and then I created the small ceramic elephant and painted it with acrylic for the foreground for its habitat. So that's one of the units I did while I was student teaching a long time ago. Some of my other hobbies and interests. I like traveling. Here's me and my wife Han on a kayak in the Philippines. I like to scuba dive. I like playing tennis. Normally I have on tennis shoes, but we took this picture after I'd taken my shoes off. I like to play disc golf. I like doing yoga. I won a small tennis tournament in Vietnam a long time ago. I like going on motorbike rides. This is me and my Honda XR 150. I love elephants, my favorite animal. Here's a picture of me and my friends on a motorbike trip in northern Vietnam. And this is me at the summit of Kili in 2010. I also like to make tiny food for my wife because she's always complaining about the big portions in America. So I make extra tiny food. I call it Han-sized meals. Here's a couple breakfast I made with a couple little quail eggs and strips of bacon. Here's a little sausage egg McMuffin I made her. I made her deviled eggs with quail eggs. I put my watch there so you can see how small the eggs are. And then I made a tiny Han-sized cheeseburger here with tiny Han-sized French fries. She really loves it when I make her tiny food. She just inhales it in like 10 seconds. It's great. It inspires me to make more. I like dressing up for Halloween sometimes. This is me dressed up as the Joker. I'll never put oily face paint on again. It was just so uncomfortable all day. I just wanted to itch my face all day. My dad is a dentist, so when I was growing up, he made me these fake teeth, and I pretended to be like a mad scientist with bad teeth. Except wherever I went, the people would just look at me really funny because the teeth looked a little too real. They didn't. I don't think they knew they were fake. I made a second Mr. Rab head growing out of my shoulder one year when I was teaching in Vietnam. This is right around COVID. So I took a couple pictures, masked up just to be safe during COVID. So here's just a few of my Halloween costumes I've done in the past. I made this video a couple summers ago when we went on a road trip. Let's see if it works. This is Angel's Landing in Zion. This is Crater Lake. Now we did some hiking around Yellowstone. Kind of grainy. This is in Grand Tetons hiking. So this deer come right up to our campsite. These arches. Grand Tetons. And Han doing yoga everywhere we went. And that was our summer of 23, right before I moved to Tanzania. My favorite artist is Banksy. I like how he does street art. Does a lot of like social commentary with his work. It has a lot of meaning on modern issues with society around the world. This one is called Seed Bombing. He cuts out stencils and he keeps his identity anonymous. So he's kind of infamous street graffiti artist, very famous around the world. Inspired me to make this portrait of my friend with a stencil. So now I'm very interested to learn about you. For homework, I'm going to ask you to prepare a presentation about yourself that'll be about 5 minutes long. Specifically focus on these guiding questions: your name, nickname, where you're from. Tell me about your hobbies, at least 3 hobbies, and we'll ask some guiding questions to dig a little bit more. Like, for example, if you just tell me you like football, we'll ask, do you have a favorite team? Do you play football? Who's your favorite football player? Who are you supporting in the World Cup? Things like that. Just some extra guiding questions so you can really take a deep dive into your hobbies. What did you do over the holiday break? Tell me at least 2 things. If you have any videos or photos you want to share in Google Slides, that would be wonderful. And then tell me about your favorite artist or designer and why. Do you have a favorite piece by this person? A favorite medium? Medium being the materials that they make the art out of, if it's photography or ceramics or acrylic. For example, the Mona Lisa by Leonardo da Vinci could be an example, but you can't use that one because that was my example. So yeah, prepare for about 5 minutes to get up in front of the class and tell us a little bit about yourself and what you did over the holiday break. Great. Thank you.